I'm having so much fun dribbling in FC26 like I didn't have in years. And I want to share this with you guys and show you exactly how to outplay your opponents with smooth left stick dribbling like this. So let's jump right in. Welcome guys, George from The Guide here, and we're going to dive straight into the first example because we've got a lot of concepts and stuff to learn. It's not really anything crazy mechanically. This is all rather basic on the controller. It's just important that we understand these concepts in order to be able to outplay the opponent and do the correct inputs on the left stick and stuff like that, so that we know where we need to go with our dribbling. So let's dive right in. Here we have the first scene. Nothing crazy in the beginning. I'm just cutting inside here, playing the pass down into the middle. Then we go over here, and this is where dribbling starts, and kind of the first situation where we can learn how to make our inputs with the left stick right here, because this is all left stick. So what's happening is the opponent has his defender selected and he's trying to pressure me. And right now I just want to keep the ball safe and look for some space and kind of outwiggle this defender a little bit to see if I can maybe then at some point squeeze in a pass in behind or something like this, or if a gap is opening up that I can go through. And what's really important is that we understand in a situation like this right here, where I have the defender towards my inside and I want to get towards the inside, that I'm not just turning in. So right now I'm going like this, right? Defender is currently defending like this. And the mistake most people make is that they just turn inwards like this, just left stick upwards and dribbling straight into the defender. And this will work against not so good defenders because they will overcommit towards where you're currently going. You can cut inside and then you have an open way. Problem is, when you start playing against better players, they will take the ball every single time, because if you turn like this here, you can see that the ball, let's say this blue dot here is the ball, it's laying open right in front of the defender. So what he will do is he will just come in there with the jockey, press tackle and collect the ball, say thank you very much. So what we actually need to do in order to be able to go inside is to shield the ball with our body. So instead of turning like this, we want to turn more like this. And this you can achieve with rather, simple but smooth left stick input. So you can see right here on the left stick that we are going down first. So I take the ball down. This will put my body in between the ball and the defender. Then I make the input to the right. So now I'm turning to the right. Still, I have my body in between the ball and the defender. I'm actively shielding it without pressing anything. This is just because of how I use the left stick that I'm putting my body in there. I don't need to press L2 for this. It's just like this, hard enough for the defender to tackle me. And then I go upwards. Now the defender actually did a pretty good job of following us. So as I said, good defenders, they will not overcommit, but actually they will use the jockey. They will come with you a little bit. If you go back, they will come back with you as well. And so he's still on my back, right? So now I want to go the other way again, and we do the same thing, okay? We use the left stick here. I point to the right first, slightly downward. So I take the ball like this. And now I can take the ball to the left, and now I was able to create some space from the defender. So learn how to turn with the left stick in a motion that, shields the ball actively. Really important to not lose the ball in situations like this. Now I played this pass, and now things are going to be a little bit different, because at the end of the day we want to get towards the goal, right? We want to find a way how we can dribble towards the goal and score. If I'm only going to point my back towards the defender and wiggle around like I just did, I'm never going to get towards the ball. So this wiggling and shielding the ball is for when I want to keep it, I want to look for an option, where I can pass next, stuff like this. But right now we need a different concept, because we need to spot open space and gaps in between defenders that we can go through. So what's happening right here? I'm seeing that there's quite a big gap between this center back and the full back. So immediately I'm thinking this is a gap that I can maybe exploit and go through. And the other very important concept here is realizing which defender is selected and where he is coming from. If I now will just take this ball and I will dribble straight in a line towards the goal, this defender is actually going to come in and he's going to tackle the ball away from me. All right. So once again, we need to, understand that and then kind of combine the two. So I want to go here, but I also want to dodge the defender. So what do? I take my first touch, you can see it here, I take it towards, the downside here, so that when the defender comes in aggressively, I can actually dodge him. So let's take a look at that. I take my first touch away from the defender. Now I created some space, and now the gap is still there. And now we also need a button. All right, I know maybe it sounds a lot in the beginning, but it's, once you start getting a feeling for it, it's really not that crazy mechanically. All I need to do now, after I just used the left stick, is activate R1 or RB. This is controlled sprint. If you've not used it before, this is really, really powerful because you're actually going to move very quickly without losing control over the ball. So it's kind of a mixture of normal dribbling and sprinting. So I have just dodged this defender down here. Now I press my left stick to go through the gap in between these two defenders with R1 in order to go as quickly as possible. And as you're about to see, I'm going through and I'm just gone. I'm just gone like that. I can go towards the goal and I can score with a low finish right here. So let's take another look at this whole situation right here. So we pass the ball, we wiggle a little bit, we look for options, we find our pass available here, we dodge the tackle, we go through with the controlled sprint, and we have scored. Now, I have one more situation right here where I want to show you how you can put your body in between the ball and the defender in order to out-dribble them. And this is right here with Pina. And as you can see, we score a really, really nice goal with her because of that. So let's have a look at this one here in slow motion as well. So I pass the ball over to Pina. We are going to use what we already learned, the controlled sprint with R1. And we're once again going to combine understanding where the defender is and where the space is with using that space quickly with R1 controlled sprint dribbling. So I see defenders coming from here. So my plan right now is to kind of go through like this because this is the only gap I see right now in between all of these defenders here, right? This is like the only gap that there really is. I cannot go through these three defenders. So I'm trying to go around. So I activate the controlled sprint. I go there, nothing else, nothing crazy going on. We start going there. Now the defender is starting to come with me and I'm getting the feeling that he's really afraid I will just take the ball here and go for the finish, And when you feel like defenders want to stop you going one way, then you can go the other way and outplay them because of that. So I personally right now feel that he is going to commit towards this direction and he wants to, tackle the ball from me or at least block my shot. And because of that, I know that I can outplay him by going the other way, cutting inside and scoring. And this is where we come back to shielding the ball. If I now just cut inside like this, I will actually run into the defender, right? Because he's right next to me, he's tackling, I will just run into him. But if I'm able to once again make the left stick input towards, the other side first, so we kind of once again go like this and then over here and then like this, we are actually able to shield the ball from him with just left stick dribbling, no L2 needed. And we shield the ball with this first touch, then I go up like this, and then I take my next touch like this. So you can see it's just all very smooth. It's like 3 touches at the end of the day. It's like touch to shield, touch to go up, and then touch to go towards the goal. And then we watch for the goalkeeper movement as well, and we outplay that at the end. So just staying composed and we're able to score just like that. Now onto the example from the intro, and this is where I think reading the opponent's defender and what he's trying to take away from you and then being able to exploit the open space and what the opponent gives you really comes in. And in my opinion, this is the most important attacking skill to master, which is why I have made an entire lesson on it over on the Guide Plus. I've made it freely available for you guys, so you can check it out after this video. And here we go over how to exactly understand what the opponent is currently defending and what you then, because of that, can do in order to outplay him. And this doesn't only apply to dribbling, it applies to passing, like the entire attacking. Definitely check it out, guys. Once again, this lesson is free. We also have a ton more in our release meta course and our other courses over on the Guide Plus. We have finishing stuff, we have stuff on defending, we even have how to counter the current short corner meta. all of that stuff. So if you're interested in this and all the other courses, then check out the Guide Plus. My opinion, really the best value offer. You can get our season pass and then have access to all the courses and lessons released for the entire FC26 season. You support us as well, so it's much appreciated. Link is going to be down below, guys. So back to our dribbling scene. What we're doing here in the beginning is kind of going into the open space already with Payor here, kind of trying to not give the ball to the opponent. Then we have the ball here with Messi, and this is where we start looking for open space that we can dribble into. So I start going up here and I'm looking at this open gap in between the defenders and I want to start going there. So I start dribbling. Now I see that the opponent is, defending against this as well. And this is really important, guys. Like obviously opponents want to defend what you're doing and they will close gaps like this. So it's not as easy as just seeing, oh, okay, there's a gap right here. I'm going to start dribbling there with a controlled sprint and I'm just going to go through, because someone who is, having hands at least and can hold the controller and defend, he will see that, he will pull his defender there, and then you need to kind of get a step ahead. So how do you do that? Well, in this case, I start going the other way. So now I'm going down here and go into this open space right here. And this is where the outplaying kind of starts. So what we do here is the opponent once again goes with us, and because he goes with us, I just feel like it's going to be obvious if once again I'm going to turn around and try to go the other way, because of course we can do that endlessly. I go one way, he follows me, I turn, go the other way, he follows me, I turn, and so on. But outplaying, as I said, is about getting one step ahead, and this is what you need to be able to do when you start to become better at dribbling. And what we do here is I do a ball roll. So this is something new which we haven't had yet. It's one of the most simple skill moves. All you need to do is briefly hold the right stick to your player's left or right in running direction, and you will get a ball roll. So what I do with this ball roll, I take the ball towards this side right here, and just by doing this little move and hesitating a little bit, I want the opponent to think that now I'm going to cut the other way again, without actually doing it. So as we can see now right here, I'm doing the ball roll and he starts hesitating the other way, but I'm not actually going there. I'm looking at him, I'm looking at where the space is, and because I see that he's now starting to go up here and I have some space available, I start accelerating with the controlled sprint because I see that there's space. So I start going forward aggressively with the controlled sprint because he is currently out of position. There's gaps opening up. So we go forward. Now I see right here that he's switching and he's starting to come towards me. So here you just need to react quickly. It's all left stick at this point. I just do a left stick move to the side here, and then another left stick move towards the other side, like towards the goal again. We dodge the tackle. Immediately I can go around the defender, and I just love FC26 for this, that you're finally able to score goals like this again, where you just do a little 1-2 like Messi in real life, and you're able to score. So we're able to get this goal, and then here we get to my favorite goal probably that I've scored so far. Obviously now my player is lacking, but this is probably the favorite, at least dribbling goal I have scored so far, because this just felt like I was prime Messi on the pitch. So I want to break it down for you guys. Hopefully you like this goal as well and you're able to recreate some of these. So what we do here, we start with the same stuff, like look at where the spaces where we can go. So right here I have a defender at my immediate back right here, so I want to go forward a little bit, and then I'm just once again thinking there is a gap here, so I could try obviously to go towards the goal like this, but the defender is still pretty much like 4 or 5 meters ahead of me, so probably he's going to be able to jockey over there or sprint and tackle the ball. So I just feel like if I'm going to go down that route, it's just going to be too obvious. I'm not going to be quick enough, so I go the other way. Just left stick, as you can see, we go this way, and that's why we're able to keep the ball. Opponent is going over there, so we probably would have lost the ball. Now I start sprinting, going down here, and now we get to kind of the crucial moment of this situation. So we were able to get away from these two defenders a little bit. Now we get right here. Okay, what am I doing? Same thing. I'm using the ball roll because this is a typical spot where you're running like this. You don't really see an option to go through, right? Because there's two defenders towards the inside that are waiting there to take the ball from you. So the natural thing would be to turn around like this and go back and look for the cutback, you know, look for the pass inside. So I kind of faked that by doing a ball roll, this time the other way, because I don't want to dribble directly into the defender, right? If I do the ball roll this way, I'm just giving it to the defender. I'm getting too close. So I do the ball roll the other way. And now I'm just thinking to myself, well, he will probably think that I'm now going to cut back like this. And so I want to actually make use of this tiny little gap right here, this tiny little gap in between the two defenders. And I'm going to take the ball roll outside and then go back in like this. Actually, I pressed L1 here, which I didn't know I did, just intuitively. So L1 is another dribbling technique where you can kind of strafe a little bit side to side, can take the ball close. I don't use it much, guys, but here apparently I did. I didn't know until a second ago. But yeah, I'm using L1 because probably I have this exact motion where I'm taking the ball to the right and then I want to strafe left in like a lateral movement kind of. And this is what L1 is good for. So that's what I do here. I strafe towards the middle and I get through this gap and outplay this AI defender as well, kind of punish the opponent a little bit for this. Now I use controlled sprint for like one touch and then low driven finesse to score. And yeah, this just felt like exactly how Messi would do it in real life, squeezing through this tiny gap in between the defenders, going somewhere which the opponents didn't expect, and we were able to score that. And here, just as a bonus, I have one more where we are able to anticipate what the opponent wants to do, take like one touch away from him and then outplay him like this. I think this was a really nice goal as well. So I wanted to show you guys to close out this video. And once again, it just comes down to understanding where the opponent is coming from, what he's trying to do. And when opponents come towards you and want to tackle the ball, this is exactly what you want. This is what, you know, you're trying to get them to do, because this will allow you to outplay them if they're aggressive. So we get close here. We see that the opponent selects the player that's close to us. He's close, the ball is open right now, so he probably wants to tackle the ball from us. So we need to take one step away and then we can cut back towards the goal, similar to the first example I showed you guys. And this is what we do. Take one step away, we dodge the tackle, we go left again with the left stick, all left stick, then we go through here and we go for the low driven and we score. By the way, guys, you probably noticed at this point, Messi, just the GOAT on this game. You can get him to like 2 cam with manager and your icon if you have a pre-order icon. So can definitely recommend Messi. Great cam for this price. Love dribbling with him. I mean, 90% of these examples were with him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.